Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome to my channel where I make cake or cookie decorating tutorials. I always give lots of baking business advice, but today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be responding finally to those assumptions that you guys wrote to me on my community post. I reached out to you guys and said, give me your assumptions about anything to do with my life or my baking life. So I'm going to go through these and respond to them. So I didn't ask if you guys wanted shout outs or your names on here, so I'm just gonna go straight reading through it. The most important thing I think about you is that you're selfless. Other bakers refuse to share any info because they're afraid they're gonna lose clients, but you've been continuing to be a blessing to watch. First of all, thank you. That is very, very kind and sweet. And yeah, I'm very open and free with my advice. If I'm being honest with you guys, I haven't held back about anything. There are no secret recipes. There are no secrets to the baking business that made me rich that I'm just not sharing with you. I really have this belief that why bother? Why bother hiding anything? If I have to hide secrets and hide things from people in order to be successful, then I must not be very good at what I do. That's my philosophy. That you have baked a lot of cake for free or for less and finally learned the way of asking what money you deserve. That is why you help fellow bakers with the same problem. Definitely. I mean, that's hitting the nail right on the head. I definitely, in the beginning especially, would spend hours and hours on cakes and cookies and orders and have nothing to show for it. Basically, just a really, really exhausted person with just enough money to go out and buy more tools and invest into my business again. So I've definitely done that. That being said, nowadays I do invest a lot of time too, but it feels so much better when I feel fine about giving away that product for basically free. That you worked really hard to get where you are now. It wasn't easy, but you learned from your mistakes, and I feel you're a positive person. I have worked really hard. I've worked really hard in terms of finding that balance. I think scheduling and organization is the thing that I worked hardest at. I mean, yes, of course, the actual technical skills of everything, and I went to school and I studied and I did that stuff, but I think the thing that I've had to work the hardest at is definitely organizing and staying on top of things. And the positive person part, I feel like, in all honesty, I don't know if I'm positive. I'm very happy, but I would say that sometimes I am a glass half empty kind of person and I can be pessimistic, but in general, I feel very happy to be around people and I'm very energetic. I feel that you are very frugal when it comes to baking. I don't see you wasting ingredients or using extremely fancy equipment, yet the results are always lovely. Thank you very much for saying the results are always lovely. And yes, I am pretty frugal. I feel like lately I've been treating myself to some fancier things like getting more fondant molds, which if you watch in a previous video, I say I don't buy a lot of fondant molds, but lately I have been and I've been really excited about it. But I've been treating myself because of you guys and your watch hours have allowed me to do so. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't waste. I really, really try not to waste. And I often try to use things like fake cakes and things like that so that I'm not constantly wasting things. I think you keep a notebook at your bedside and jot down baking ideas or to-dos in the middle of the night. You know what? My video planning is all up here. And I actually don't. I'm not like, I do write notes, but it's always typed. I'm like one of those people where you have like a journal that's so beautiful and you're like, I'm gonna write in you every day, and then you write like 2 pages and you're done. That's how I am with calendars and with little notebooks like that. I feel you're a very good mom and very family oriented. You've worked very hard to get where you're at, you're organized and a great instructor. And I appreciate all you do for your viewers. Well, thank you very, very much. Again, I loved reading these. They were so kind. I was expecting something a little bit more scandalous maybe, but you guys were really, really kind. Thank you for saying that I'm a good mom. I think being a mom that is present is really, really important. I think that there's a lot of ways to go through motherhood and do a good job. And I'm a firm believer that there's so many ways to do that. And you never really know if you're doing the right thing or not. But I feel like if your kids are happy and healthy and are well taken care of, then I feel like you're doing a good job. So that's my philosophy, and I hope I'm doing that. And I am very family oriented. I see my family very, very often. Of course, not now during this time, but generally we have huge family gatherings, and at least once a week I'm seeing some sort of extended family member. I was just considering doing one of these. My assumption is that you're fun and a very cool person that I would totally be friends with, and I feel like we would understand each other. This girl is so sweet. She's another YouTuber. Her baking channel is awesome. I love her vibe, and I think we would get along with each other too, and hopefully one day we can do a collab. So that would be really fun. You were a straight A student in grade school and had a lot of friends. Perhaps you tried a musical instrument at some point. Well, if that didn't hit the nail on the head, I don't know what will. I was a straight A student. I was very much pressured into being a straight A student. I got really, really good grades all throughout high school, through middle school. In elementary, I was probably the one teaching the kids, when all the work is done and the teacher has run out of ideas for me to do. I was the one helping kids with their math and all of that stuff. Had a lot of friends. I did have groups of friends. I did have pockets of friends, and I was very fortunate in that way that I did have groups of friends throughout the years. And I do play musical instruments. I play the piano. I've been playing classical piano for about 27 years. I've played classical piano. I also play jazz piano. I'm really into pop, and I also studied flute for about 10 years. I also play the guitar, and I am currently trying to learn the ukulele because that's something that I really want to teach my students to play, because it's one of those instruments that is very readily available. So hopefully I will get to learning completely how to play the ukulele. You love wholeheartedly. I think that this is really interesting because I'm a very all or nothing type person. Just kind of like my YouTube channel. Like, I'm either going to upload every day or I'm not going to. I know I said that I would go to an uploading schedule that wasn't every day, but for some reason it's my all or nothing personality. I just keep going. You don't sleep. 2 kids, a full-time job, a husband, baking, and daily YouTube videos. What? You know what? I get this a lot, and it's so funny because my employer often says this to me. She's like, "Did you sleep?" And I do sleep. And I'm actually the type that when my head hits the pillow, I'm like out like a light. When I first had my children and they were babies and they were waking up in the middle of the night, my husband would have to like nudge me awake and shake me. He's like, "Don't you hear that?" So I'm a good little sleeper. I just think you're super organized and know what you're about, and just inspiring us all as you go along on this journey called life. Super, super sweet. I do like to stay organized. I'm very organized in my thoughts. And like I said, I'm not big on to-do lists, but I'm very, very organized up here, and I will get it done in a linear order. I think you love big, you love life, and have so many things to celebrate in life. You care about people, and you care about making a difference in people's lives. And I think you're super savvy. You seem like a very clean and tidy person. I am pretty clean. I will have to say that my husband is the good like sanitizer person, so make sure like everything is actually clean. But I love things organized, making the bed, making sure that when I go to sleep at night, things for the most part are organized. And I gotta say, when I had children and there's like just like toys everywhere, that's something that I really needed to work on being okay with. And yes, I feel like I do want to make a difference in people's lives. I think it's one of the main reasons why I became a teacher. And this is not to say that cakes cannot change people's lives, because I firmly believe that cakes bring the joy. Cakes mark celebrations. And I do think that that is very, very important, especially when it comes to people's mental well-being and mental health. I feel like even though it might sound silly, cakes really do add to that. It's part of that. They represent celebration and fun. So not to say that that doesn't do that, but I do feel like I chose teaching as my main career because I really, really wanted to feel like I was inspiring those that would one day make a difference. And it's really, really cool. Like, I've been teaching for a while now, so now I do have students that have graduated that I'm like, wow, like, you're learning to become an engineer, and like, wow, you're becoming a nurse now, and you're in nursing school. Like, it's really, really cool. The most important thing about you is that you lived your dream, and hopefully that inspires others watching. You know, it's funny, like, reading these assumptions, because I feel like you don't think about your life like that. You just think like, yeah, I'm either happy or there's things I can fix. I really am living out my dreams. This is something that I've always wanted in life. I always wanted to be married and have kids and have a family, and I really, really loved teaching my whole life. And I also love cake and all that stuff. So I'm really, really happy that I'm able to do that. No, you're not seeing things I did actually change, because this is a completely different day. My family came home while I was in the middle of actually filming that last video. So that was pretty much most of your assumptions that you guys wrote to me. Thank you very much. There are a few that I missed out, so sorry if I did. I'm sure I will do another video down the line where you can ask me more about my life. I just want to thank you guys so much for all your love and support. We just hit over 17,000 subscribers. Amazing. Completely amazing. Way more than I had ever dreamed of happening in about a year and a little bit. So thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading weekly, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!